Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Dinah go and blow some cock. Oh, we're live. Shit. My bad. I don't think that's the lyrics. Oh, fuck, dude. I just took a nap. You know when you wake up from a nap, you're just like, kind of euphoric, That's how I feel right now. Show Bob's. Dude, fuck you, man. Kind of crap is that? Show Bob's. I'm getting pissed off already. All right, let's get this party started. Oh, God, help. All right. Dating advice? Question mark. Sign me up. I don't know. Find somebody you really get along with and you want to also have sex with. There you go. I think that's all I have, really. That's all I got. That's my best dating advice. They'll probably leave you anyways. Well, actually, that looked like a woman, so you'll probably leave them anyways. Right? It's a good joke. Hey, can you please send me a number to call? Yeah, so the phone number is 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low. Now, so if you're new to the show here, okay, do a call-in show. Anybody can call in. I'm going to give you guys an example. Not an example. This is the real deal. I'm going to post a link in the chat here. I'm posting it. Boom, it's in there. All you do is click the link. Boom, you're in. All you need is a phone. That's it. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need a nice set of tits. I mean, preferably like something to look at. But, you don't have to be perfect is what I'm trying to say here. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Go through some comments. You guys can call in. I'll pick the first person to get in. I'll keep dropping the link down here for you guys. Appreciate everybody being here. Happy Sunday, right? Donald Trump thugging it out, right? Everybody's talking about that. Talk about surveillance, where we're getting watched right now by choice. I'm pretty sure this little thing is watching us. I could be tripping. I could be out of my mind. Some people have cameras in their house, like those doorbell cameras, right? But they're in their house. I know. It's terrifying. I'm like at one of my best friend's house, and I'm like looking in the corners of his house. I'm like, I go, I love you. You're my best friend, but I don't trust your house. Anyways, Alexa, right? Don't forget about that little bitch. Her and Siri sneaking around at night. Can't trust them. Christopher Upton goes, do male enhancement products really work? I don't know, dude. I'm 34. I have the fastest dick in the Southland. I have no idea. I've never tried it. I don't think I'm going to have to try it. I caught my dad recently, who's 72, with dementia. I caught him wailing one out. He still got it. So I don't think I'll ever have to try them. But I highly doubt they're good for you. Yeah, probably not good. So good luck with that. I wish you all the best. Not to laugh, but I don't know. Oh, only the ones that are suppository. No, that's good. Okay. I wonder if any major news happened that will be discussed. Yeah, probably Donald Trump and the gun stuff. I mean, my opinion is just like Tupac and Biggie, right? The more times you get shot, the more albums you sell. And that's kind of how I look at it. So I think I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's a bad thing. I don't know. Whatever. Who knows anymore? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of fucked up, actually. It's like, what? I don't know. It was a little suspect, but we could talk about that. You guys can bring up your opinions and shit. Okay. Is it possible we can turn this country around? This person goes, let's talk about something good. Okay. I took a nap today, so that was fun. I could afford to do that. My house has air conditioning. That's awesome. Running water. Love that. I had sex recently. It's awesome. What else is good? That's about all I could think about, really. Our president didn't die, so that's cool. Or our almost president. Whoever's going to be president, they're still alive. And they haven't, they're not dead from natural causes or from gunshots. So that's cool. But yeah, we could talk about some stuff. Is it possible we could turn this country around and live better? Probably, maybe. I think so. I mean, I think it's up to us though. Like, I don't think it's up to who is them though. Who are they? Who are you? Show yourselves. All right, let's get some people coming in here. I'm getting crazy, man. What's up, Yoli Guacamole? How you doing, girl? Okay, shouty. What's up, YZTC? How you doing, man? My boy. What? Is this RLP purgatory? Yes. You are in my whatever, some clever word for I don't fucking know what I'm saying. I should not have taken that nap. It did feel really good though. All right, let's get somebody in here. Who's calling in first? Oh yeah, before we get started, I'm gonna start doing these call-in shows. I've been doing them every week for like a year now. Every Sunday. I'm gonna start doing every other Sunday. Yeah. Because like actually viewership has gone down. Maybe just because I suck. I don't know. But viewership's gone up on the other videos that I do. So I don't think I suck. I just think this isn't as interesting as my other stuff. So instead of trying harder and getting less views, I'm going to not try as hard and maybe I'll get more views. Right? Everything's backwards. So let's have fun. Let's get our first person to call in here. My boy Industrial Dave's going to be first. And Dave, don't fuck it up, dude. Okay? Because I've already been messing it up myself. And I need a little help. I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. Dave's coming. Dave, my boy.
You can hear me?
Hear you loud and clear, man. What's going on, Big Daddy?
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see.
That's a
I'm
50.
trying to.
That's a 50 Cent reference, just in case anybody didn't know that. Okay. Like I said, the more
Yeah,
times you
man.
get shot, the more albums you sell. It's a classic marketing tactic that the rappers use. So Dave,
Hey,
for the new people, for the new people watching, how old are you and where you calling from, brother?
what's up? Shout out Red Leather, man. My name is Dustin Dave. Calling from Hampton Roads, Virginia, man.
My man. So what's on your mind tonight, man? Talk to me. Well, first of all, let
All
me
right.
ask you a question. Let me ask
Yeah,
you a
yeah. What's up?
question. What do you
Yeah.
think about this whole uh, the Donald Trump and the bullets flying around and the thug life stuff? What's your opinions on that?
First opinion. If you take color out of it and just think like, dang, somebody, I just got shot, and the first thing I want to do is grab my shoes. I'm just saying. So it's a joke, right? The guy's looking for shoes, but like on some real shit, man, it's fucking sad, dude. Like I got a guy I work with every day. He's on the blue side, and we talk and have our conversations, and then you know what, we go have lunch after that. The fact that someone has to lose their life or potentially lose their life because they like male hot dogs or they like real hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous that people cannot talk and just have a civil conversation or an argument and say, you know what? I don't like hot dogs myself, but if you like hot dogs, hey, you have that right. Gay is good,
Is
whatever.
hot
And
if
just
gay
go
is
about your
good?
business.
Wait, so
Yeah.
is hot dogs a metaphor for Donald Trump right now?
No, 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 no. I'm just saying.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I'm
my
just using
bad.
that as an example.
I just
Yeah,
woke up.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
I'm
tell
fucking
you look.
up here,
Hey, them afternoon naps be hitting, man.
dude. It felt so good. I was like, when you're just in the pocket and you just in a deep slumber.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
and then
got
you know
that
when
AC over
you
there.
you know when this is like has nothing to do with anything, but whatever. But you know when you're sleeping, and then when you wake up at some point in the night, and you get up and you come back, and then the sheets feel like why can't the sheets feel that good when you get into bed the first time? Does that make sense? Like,
Oh, that's crazy.
oh, you're just
My
you're in there so good. I don't know what it is, man, but they need to. If we could come up with that, like that midnight wake up, go back to bed sheets. If we could somehow make
oh,
that a real thing, oh, we'd be making some.
hey, it must be nice. My sheets are all crusty, man. So
Oh,
I'm living a
you gotta
single life,
work
man.
on that. You gotta work
No, I'm
on that.
sorry. It's
All right.
Jack.
So,
I'm
anyways,
5'4", man.
all
Sorry,
right,
that's all I got.
all right.
Yeah.
Before people
What's up?
stop watching my live streams altogether, because all we do is talk about bed sheets. Uh, so, what's on your mind tonight, Dave?
All right, so I
Aside
got
from
it.
Donald Trump and all the bullshit.
All right, so I got it. So I can pivot both ways on this one. This is what I'm gonna talk about, man. Are you comfortable if I talk about like can I say the word GUN control? Can I say that?
Dude, you can talk about guns, whatever you want.
All right, cool.
Sex,
So, all right.
fucking
So this is
drugs.
this is my thought. This is my
No,
this is my thought on gun control, man. Everybody, gun control, gun control. Okay. So this is my thoughts, my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Gun control, man. This is what we don't teach in America. We do not teach. We don't value life. We don't value um, love, and we don't appreciate people. So it has nothing to do with a gun, right? For example, you have your weapon on the counter. No one's touching it. Nothing's happening, right? How can all these other countries they can have weddings and bar mitzvahs and whatever, and everyone's out there with their full autos shooting in the air. No one gets hurt. No one gets killed. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the weapon. It is people's views. They don't teach love in school. We took prayer out of school. We don't value life. It has nothing to do with weapons. I believe as an American, hey, I can afford it. If you want to spend, I've got friends that's got thousands of dollars worth of guns. They've got ammo, automatic weapons. They got everything.
I
We're
own a
not out
couple.
here.
I own a couple guns.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it. You had a good mom, you had a good dad that told you, "Hey,
Yeah.
little Jack, we do not hurt people. We don't do this. We love
My
people."
parents didn't. My parents didn't own guns. Oh, maybe my dad did, but I don't. He was never like walking around with it out or nothing like that. I think he probably.
Yeah,
I would think he did. He was a bit of He was a bit of a. He's kind of a shisty, like a sneaky fucker. You know what I mean? Like you never really
yeah,
knew what he was up to. You know, he's
yeah.
kind of stealth. You know, one minute he's there, next minute you're like, "Where's Dad?" You know. Um, but you know what's funny is like, in my last relationship I was in,
Yeah.
we were like sitting around like the couch, and they were all super like, I don't care if you guys like Joe Biden or whoever you like, it don't matter to me.
Right.
I'll say it again, I don't trust any of it.
Yeah.
But they're sitting around and they're talking all their political views, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again. They're gonna like badger
Oh
me,
yeah.
like, Jack, what's your thoughts? What's your
Ah,
thoughts? And I'm like, oh shit.
yeah.
So they start talking about like how guns are bad. And
Yeah.
they're like, it's not safe out there. People who own guns are dangerous and all this shit. And I'm sitting there like I'm like just sitting there with my little drink, and I'm going,
Take it a sip.
I'm like, I own a gun, you know? And but they kept going and going and going. And
Oh my
finally
god.
they get to a point where they keep saying like people who have guns are dangerous. And so finally
Oh
I was
my
just like,
god.
well, are you guys scared of me? And they're like, what are you
Ooh.
talking about? I was like, well, I own a gun. And they were like, I'm like, I don't have it on me. It's not like, like, I'm like, I'm just saying, I'm kind of like, I think you guys are taking this a bit far here. I think, and but then I was also breaking it down a little bit. I didn't go into it with them, but I wanted to
Yeah.
ask them because they both, two dudes were there and they both have daughters or
Yeah.
kids. And I was like, so
Yeah.
you mean to tell me that if somebody came up in here, you're not going to protect your family with like even
Yeah.
an object, like even like a stick or something, a bat, a knife,
Yeah. And then
anything?
there it is.
You mean to
Yeah.
tell me you're just going to lay down and go kill them all? It's okay. Just
Exactly.
Like,
You know,
just kill us all. Yeah, it's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know, man.
and then what about the people when you have all these protests and stuff, and then they take their vehicle and then they run into the crowd. Are you gonna ban cars? Are you gonna ban cars now? Like, oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Chevrolets are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Are cars out here killing people? Are we gonna have car control?
I
Like,
mean,
people are
I
not logical, man.
I think it's as simple as like the Constitution is the foundation of this whole thing. And it's
Yeah,
pretty small amount of rule. It's a pretty small amount of rules if it's you just look at the Constitution. And so
yeah.
basically they're just once they get rid of that, there's just kind of
Oh god.
you take the foundation away, it's just kind of like, well, good luck, to all of us at least. Because they're allowed to own guns, whoever they are. And that's all good.
Oh
I
man.
think they should be
Yep.
allowed to own guns, and I think they should be able to lock us in boxes and throw us in and throw us in camps and put us in the
Oh
fire and
no.
you know, um,
Whee!
yeah. I'm going crazy. I'm just joking. We're gonna get canceled. It's awesome, man.
No,
I get
man.
I get way too wild on these live streams. Anything, anyways, we're gonna keep this party moving. What you got? Anything? What last words you want to say before I let you go, Dave?
Yeah, man, for sure. Hey, man, your that fast. I've been trying to keep up with the videos and shit, man. But the fast food video was crazy, bro. Like
Wait,
that shit was hard, man.
which
You really
which
been.
one? Customer service? You mean?
Yeah, the customers. That was crazy, dude. Like,
It's a real
man,
thing.
it's to
It's
the point. Like, why are you asking me for a tip just because I spent like $100 on food to go? Like, I'm not gonna get. This is me. This is me personally. I'm not gonna tip you for eating with plastic, and I'm not eating here. No, like, no, I'm not doing that. Now, if I sit down, which I do, I tip, Jack. On my mama, bro. Like, I tip. If I sit down and I
I knew
eat
that was
with
risky for me
silverware,
to say all that, but it is what it is.
no, man. No, I mean, but see, we just talking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course.
If I sit down and eat, and I'm gonna tip you. I probably. And I ain't doing that $3 shit. Like, no. If like today, I ate at Longhorns. I spent. I had the salmon, broccoli, whatever. It was $25. I gave her $4 cash. You know what I'm
That's
saying? I don't
fine.
know if
That's fine. That's
that's what I
standard.
did. That's
Yeah, it ain't.
that's what
Well,
I did. But all
yeah,
this,
that's
if
all
I get my
good.
salmon to go, and why do I need to tip you if that does not make sense to me? Now,
No,
please tell me if I'm wrong for that.
first,
I'm not
first
paying.
of all, first of all, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
Anybody working in the business that relies on tips, you have to understand what comes with that. You know what I mean? Like, you better be prepared for people to not tip you. Some people don't believe in it. They're not raised to tip you. Like, it's just what it is. Their own
Yeah.
mama didn't even give them $20 ever. Why the fuck are they going to give you $20? That's truth. That's the truth. That goes for anyone. That
Damn.
just
Yeah.
certain people are just
That's
raised a
wild.
certain way, man. And
Yeah. You
but
said
I
that in
think
your. Yep. You said
I
that in
I
your
think the
video.
tip,
Yo.
but the tip and shit, it's kind of like even when people donate me money here, I'm not sitting here asking for money. If I get it, awesome. Thank you very much. I'm gonna double back to that
Yeah.
guy. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and just rely on tips. Like, I already did that.
Yeah.
I already
Yeah.
did that with my life. It's not the best, but the problem is more and more companies and businesses are like adding that in because they can't afford to
Yeah.
pay them. Anyways, it's all fucked. Dave, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna be here for another hour.
All right. Shout out Red Leather, man.
Later, brother. Good man. All right. Let's keep it moving. This guy goes, what does RLP stand for? It stands for Red Leather Podcast. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It started out, I did it in this, I have an old school Cadillac with all red leather. That's where I originally started doing these videos. And then it just wasn't practical at the time. And so then I just moved into here and I just kept the name. It just sounded cool, you know? So that's what that means. Anyways, Ron Jeremy, my boy, with the $2. Thank you very much. He goes, in your opinion, what does it mean to be an American? Well, the old school is like, you know, we're able to basically, so when somebody moves to America, they're like, oh, I can have my own business. I could be my own person. It's like basically you could have some kind of freedom. That's basically sum it up in a nutshell. That's what it means or what it's supposed to mean. So Yeah. Anyways, good luck with that. Do you recommend starting a business? Dude, starting an actual business is so hard, man. Like, I failed. I had my first skateboard company when I was 20. I was 20, so that answers all the questions there. I did sell some stuff. Like one shirt sold really well, and then the other ones did not. Um, that failed. Then I did a carpet and tile cleaning business. That was actually did okay. Um, but I didn't want to clean carpets and tile for the rest of my life. Nor did I want to install tile because that's what people wanted, or hardwood floors. So I was like, well, I'm not doing this. And I'm not a perfectionist. Um, so, people might be a little bummed if I put your hardwood floor in and then it's like the corners are all fucked up, like they're not like evenly, even keel. Like some people, if they were to vacuum a carpet, there's like those perfect lines, my shit would be all over the place. And so would your hardwood floors. Like it wouldn't be like a nice groove, it'd be kind of be a little fucked up, it'd get done, but yeah. And which one would you say would be better to start? Service-based industries? I think something with low overhead is your best bet. I know that's like very vague. Like somewhere where you don't need a storefront. Like if I was able to fix stuff, like if I was a handyman, I would start a handyman service. I would be like, anytime anybody asks me that classic question, what do you do for work? I'd be like, ready? Pretend this is a business card. Yes. Anything you need. I would be like just whoring myself out to people. Any kind of trade, plumber, anything. I'd be side job Ricky. I would still have a job and then I would do that. So definitely if you have any kind of trade skill whatsoever, I mean, all you got to do is go get some fucking business cards. Don't even worry about an LLC. Don't worry about any of that shit. Like fuck them, Like just get some business cards, tell people you do it. One of my old friends, I think he's been doing it 15 years. I still don't think he has a legit business, but he's had his own business. I know he does AC and stuff. I just had him do my air conditioner. Anyways, Albuquerque Hotspot with the $5. Thank you, brother. He goes, no questions, man. Just wanted to congratulate you on 85K. Started watching you back when you had like 1,000 subs. Wow. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was hard. It was not easy. This is crazy to me. The fact that 973 people are watching, it's bizarre. Because there was a point in time where it's like me and my friend. Oh, Taco's not here today. He's on vacation. He's on a skateboard trip, which I encouraged him to go do. Sometimes we can get a little stagnant in life when we forget to have fun. I talk about a lot of serious stuff here because I care and I'm actually interested, and I like to talk about it. And I can't just talk about it with everybody when I'm walking around town. Like you don't just like want to get depressing with people. So I kind of have a time and a place for it. But like we can get caught up with just work and the same mundane routine all the time. So, a couple of his friends were going on a skate trip. I was going to go with them, but I just went on vacation. So I'm like, I can't just keep going on vacation. Like I have to work too. But he hasn't done anything for a long time. I was like, dude, go have fun, please, for the love of God. All right. We got Dan Mart. What's up, Dan? He goes, Papa, have a good stream, working on a side hustle stuff. Go get that money, man. Get that money, baby. Come on now. All right. Here we go. We got Nasty Nate coming in hot. Nate, you're up next. Anybody else who wants to call in, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now for you. All you got to do is click it, and babomski, you're in. This guy looks like he's going down the rabbit hole. He goes, they figured out they didn't need chains, and we think we are free because we can't see the cage. Wake up, people. United we stand. Yeah, man, that was like someone, before I get Nasty Nate and the boys in on here. Nate, you're up next. In a video I did yesterday, the day before, somebody had like, I get these comments quite a bit, but they'll be like, you can't rely on your YouTube money, Jack. Like, they never leave any solutions on what I should do. Like, what should I do? What job should I get? But they basically said like, oh, what they do is they get you hooked and they make this your job. And the next thing you know, you don't make enough money. It's like, what? It sounds like every job that every person has. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, in other words, yeah, we're fucked. There you go. I'm just kidding. We're not fucked. It's all good. All right, here we go. We got Nasty Nate. I don't actually think we're fucked, by the way. Like, I think it's just, we get to be happier slaves and do other jobs now. So it's cool. I'm into it. All right, we got Nasty Nate.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. So how old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm 31 and I'm calling from Spokane, Washington.
All right, man. So talk to me. What's on your mind tonight?
Do you want a happy subject or a more serious subject? I got my doggy.
Hey, what's up, pup?
Yeah, I got 2 German Shepherds. They're about 2 years old, so they're pretty much my family and company. So
if I had a yard, I would own a dog.
Yeah, they're a lot of work and they're a lot of time. So, but yeah, to answer one of your questions, and it was in some of your previous videos, what you should get into. I mean, for you personally, why don't you consider politics? I mean, you're charismatic enough. You have the charisma. I know it's a lot of baggage. I know there's a lot that goes with it. I mean, but there's nobody young anymore.
I think don't you need a college degree to do that?
I mean, yeah.
I'm asking an honest question. I'm not sure.
I mean, it depends on if you can get electoral, like you can get a base behind you that's going to support you and pretty much,
Well, here's the only issue with politics. I can't wear a tie.
I can't either. So
I can't wear a tie. Like, there's no amount of money. Okay. Throw me a few $1 million. I'll wear a tie. Or if I'm a best man at one of my best friend's weddings, I'll wear a tie. And then right when the ceremony's over, I'll take it off. No big deal. I don't know, man. I just don't trust any of it. And just the fact that, I mean, I can't see myself doing it. I just can't. Like, it just seems too serious. You know what I mean? Like, and I would disagree with everybody in there. Everything that's going on. I'd be the guy like, well, why do we have all these rules? Like, I'd be like, it would be good for all of us, but like,
yeah,
for them, whoever they are, I'd be like the, I don't know. I feel like I'd probably be murdered or something. They'd be shooting at me too. Me and Donald would be running down the street like, all right, get in the car, go. Yeah, like, yeah, and I don't want to be like super famous either. So I guess you don't have to be famous to be in politics, but it feels like now, like, politics are just kind of like it's almost like a new TV show or something. Like they're all like becoming like super popular, I guess, if you would. Yeah, but anyways, I don't think I'll ever get into politics. I will talk about it here and there, but I don't think I'll ever, like, I highly doubt it. I can't see myself doing it. Like, worst case scenario, I want to live out on, like, I want to have some land. You know what I mean? I want to have like some chickens and shit. And I don't think that matches like being a politician.
That's very ironic for me because I have a very similar goal. And I'm a very introverted person. So I'm not, like, I'm told that I'm very likable and I'm very friendly, but I don't have that charismatic element where, like, I can persuade people in a sense. I mean, I'm more of a intellectual, analytical type of person.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. But I mean, the way shit's going, you just have all these old decrepit people running shit. And they're just running it into the ground. And it's like, nobody's doing anything about it. It's like, well, I guess the Titanic's sinking. And I'm like, everybody's just okay with it. And I'm like, nobody's even trying to find a solution. I mean, peaceful solution.
I think a lot of us aren't okay with it. It's just we don't know what to do other than talk about it. So like people are talking about it a lot. Like this isn't like I'm not the only person talking about the shit. There's a lot of us out here. Like, and there's some really intense people. They're going like, let's take it over. Let's take this shit over. They're like, I do a lot of I do a lot of deep dives for this stuff. And it's like some of it I'm just like, this is way too gnarly. Like I can't repost any of this stuff. Not that I don't want to, it's super entertaining, but I also, I'm a slave to the company. Thank you, Google. And I don't want to fuck that up. And even with these live streams, sometimes we get a little intense and I just delete the live stream because it's like, well, that was risky, a little too risky. But I like talking about it because it's nice to know that I'm not, put it this way, 8 years ago, if I were to talk about a lot of the stuff I talk about now, bro, people thought I was fucking like nuts. Like at first it was like, Jack, we thought you were funny, but now you're just sounding insane. And I'm like, what? I was like, does nobody else think like no one else sees any of this? So I just didn't talk about it ever. I was just like, oh, I just won't talk about anything then. And now it's like normal. Now it's like people, or maybe people were just afraid to say it because other people would call them nuts. So then therefore they would call me nuts, but really they're like, no, I think the same way. I didn't mean to say that. We were just in public. And I want people to think about me in a negative light. Which I can understand. Some people want to just fly under the radar, which is fine. I get that. I don't, I know I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying you're an asshole if you, don't talk about it in public. But no, because how some shit is. It's like people will have their opinions in the comfort of their own home, but they would never dare to say that out loud to anybody. And now I think more and more people are like kind of like saying stuff it. I'm going to scream it out on TikTok and I'm just going to yell it. So at least that's a start, people getting fed up. So I think that's kind of good.
I think it's just sad anymore. There's no like compromise anymore. Nobody can come to agreements and everything's just so irate and politicized in a sense like, oh, like if you disagree on one thing, then it's just gets out of hand. And it's just really sad that it's gone to that point. And even being neutral, like I'm very neutral. I'm not very politically active. In fact, I'm not politically active at all. I've never either, to be honest, but I get ostracized for that from some of my friends, and I'm just, I'm whoa. I'm like,
I will agree because I'm like on the same side as you, and some people might be thinking right now, like, oh, Jack, you're fucking part of the problem, right? Well, how about this? This isn't a question to you, Nate, but like to the people watching, how many of you have been through the court system and had a felony? Probably not many of you. And I don't know if you know this, but when you have a felony, you're no longer allowed to sun's out, guns out. What's up, Whiskey Tango? How you doing? You're not allowed to own a gun. You're not allowed to vote. You see what I'm saying? So but once I got rid of the felony, it took me like 3 years. They're like, oh, here's your guns and here's your voter's card. And I was young when this happened. So I just was like, well, fuck you. I'm like, if I wasn't allowed to do it 2 months ago, I'm not going to do it. Like, make up your fucking mind. Like, who are you? Like, I did for them to possibly lock me in a cage, which luckily, no offense, but it's a first offense and I was white. So it's like, I got off kind of easy, if you would say. It's the truth. But like, it was sold weed. You know what I mean? Like something harmless. People sell alcohol to people all day long, and people, fucking alcohol is the worst of the worst. So it's just kind of funny that it's like they can dictate what's what and who's who, and then all of a sudden you have a felony on your record, and now it's like you're shunned. It's just kind of funny. It really is. Like, so that's why I don't even partake in any of it, because I'm just like, well, fuck you. And I don't even think my vote matters anyways. I just think my personal opinion, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know anything. I really don't. I think most of us don't know shit.
Yeah,
for the most part,
that's
which is fun. It's fine. But like, I don't even know where the fuck I'm going with this. I just think they're trying to get a tally on where a lot of our heads are. I think that's it. Like, I don't think any of it, like, there's no fucking way more than 2 or 3 presidents have been related, like father, son.
mhm.
There's no fucking way. That's not by accident. Like, there's no way we voted for this dude's son to become president after he became president. No fucking way. No possible way. I don't think that's how it works. Like, no way.
Well, I agree with you. I honestly feel like at this point we're a monarchy in a lot of sense because we have these bloodline families that, like the Clintons, Bushes, and they still have, even out of office, they still have political sway. I mean, like once you're like in that family structure, then you're pretty much set for life and you have political sway on society. So, I mean, it's very much become a sense where even when somebody's out of office, they still have influence, even if they've been out of office for a while. And you look at a lot of these families, especially like you look at like Bill Gates, they set up these trusts where it pretty much secures their money. And so they can pretty much have their money secured within their family within generations, and it's not.
Well, yeah, wealth is the only thing that builds wealth. Yeah.
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 So
Like,
I mean,
it's safe to say Bill Clinton's probably still getting blowjobs in the White House. Like, he still has carte blanche. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, are you kidding me? If I was the president, you don't think I would be in the White House just getting down? Of course you would.
that's
Or
why I'm telling you to go into politics, my guy. That's what I'm telling you.
I could go there being like, blowjobs for everybody. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you're a slave. Suck his dick. And I was just kidding.
You'd be like,
I'm gonna keep talking forever, Nate.
yeah,
I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm gonna keep this moving, get some more people in here. But
yeah, thank you for having me on. It's been a real pleasure, and I really love your show. Sorry I haven't been able to send any money your way. It's just I'm actually.
Hey, I don't expect people to just shit money out of their ass at me. People that can afford to, and they will. It's okay. Like, I'm not the only. What is it? Like, I'm not just a receiver. I like to give too. So, I understand. I can't just go give money to all of my favorite YouTubers or every homeless person I see or every friend of mine that's struggling. I just can't. I would be broke.
No, you would.
I don't expect any of you guys to be able to do that either. So it's like, if you don't have fucking like 10 grand in your bank account, don't even consider donating me any money. Just don't even fucking consider it. How about that? Anyways, all right. Thank you, brother.
I was going to say, that's why I've taken it to heart. I'm actually getting a second job. I've actually just got hired on, and your last couple videos on diversifying your assets, like that, I've really taken that to heart. So I really appreciate that.
You should, because I get people that come at me. Like, they come at me. And they whether they mean to it, like, do it or not, they come at me like I'm not I'm not handling my business because they don't know what I have. They just make assumptions.
Yeah, they just assume.
I drive a car with the bumper falling off, and I fucking, I don't, just because I don't like have a nice BMW. I have people literally talking to me, and then I go, oh, well, do you have? I go, I didn't know you had a lot of money. They're like, oh, I don't. I got like 7 grand saved. I go, well, that's substantially less than I have. So why are you coming at me?
Yeah.
Like, get your money up. Like, I support it. Like, I agree, And if there's ever a time to get your fucking money up, it's now.
Yeah.
For sure. It's right now. This is the time to do it. It's not easy. It sucks. It sucks.
It does, but you got to grind.
Yeah. It's not easy. Like, anyways, Nate, we're going to talk for hours here. I'm going to get somebody else.
I know. Thank you, Jack.
All right, brother. Get that money. Good man. All right. We got $5 from my boy Steve Fanslow. My man, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. RLP views don't equal quality. keep up the entire program. Remember when you broke 10K subscribers? Your people are the best. Feels like home. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But also, like I said, though, like working harder isn't always the answer. So, in other words, so put it to you this way, right? So the live streams were going up. I'm like going on a year of doing these. And for the most part, they were going up. Every week, it'd be up a little bit, little bit, little bit. And now the last like 3 of them, they're going down and down and down and down. And so I don't take it personal. Like I don't watch like every video my favorite YouTubers do. There's too many people out there. I pop in them on them when I can. I have my people. You know how it is. You guys watch stuff, right? I get it. Like I don't expect all of you guys to watch everything I do or be at every live stream or every this or every that. Like that's impossible. You guys have your own lives. I have my own life. But when something's not like, if it's not the amount of time versus reward, and my reward is being able to talk to you guys, but I'm also, it's also taking time and energy, and then I have to be at a place, and then it feels like a job because I have to show up at a certain time and be there. And then, yeah, do I make money from this? Yeah, of course. Thank you for the $5. Absolutely. Thank you. But, once it starts to kind of like, I feel like I'm putting in, it's like if I'm trying harder and I'm making less, it kind of doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of people are quitting their jobs because they feel like they're working too much. They're not getting paid. So instead of me just quitting, I'm just changing it a little bit. That's all I'm doing. Like, I'm just going to go every other Sunday. Maybe I'll do 2 Sundays in a row. I don't know, but at least that'll give me a break. And then maybe you guys will miss it more. And then, I don't know. I'm just going to try it out and I'm going to see what happens. But I appreciate you being here. So that's how I look at it, though. It's kind of like this thing I'm doing over here is doing great, but then this thing's kind of going down. So it's kind of like, which one do you focus more on, if that makes any sense? You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're selling a product at a restaurant, right? Like that's how McDonald's started. Not that I really support McDonald's, but they were selling a bunch of shit and then they realized, oh, we sell mostly hamburgers and fries. They go, we'll just do that. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But I don't want to abandon the live stream because I like them. It's fun for me. I like talking to you guys. It's a good time. I really do enjoy it. I really do. Bum, 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 bum. But I need to find a way to make it more enjoyable for all of us, including myself. All right. Who's next? Okay. Oh, we got a fucked up one. First, we're going to do Brianna. Giselle, you're going to be next. And then we're going to do Anthony after that. There's a fucked up story with Anthony. We're going to get him on after that one. All right. We got $5 from PsyOps here. How much for the TV under the air sign? Oh, you like that? Yeah, the yellow boy. Shit's hot. Still works, too. I think I paid $200 for it. All the other stuff, like this boombox, was like $5 from the thrift shop. That works. This TV was in the dumpster. Not in the dumpster. I wasn't like hanging out in the dumpster or anything, but it was next to the dumpster. That was free. This TV behind me was my grandfather's. That still works. That's my first ever like real computer. That wasn't like my dad's office computer, that I would put viruses on from watching porn. So that's cool. Sorry, Dad. Actually, he doesn't remember. He has dementia now. But yeah, I don't even watch porn anymore. But anyways, but that TV is not for sale unless I really needed to sell stuff. Then I would sell everything in my house. It would all be for sale. I'd sell it all. So maybe like $200. But I don't need the money, so I'm gonna keep it. Good luck finding a yellow one though. Those are hard to find. You could find the same TV in red really easily on eBay. So check those out. Just type in vintage TVs on eBay and type in red or yellow and they'll pop up. So they usually go for like $200-$300. All right. Turtle 3000 with the $10. Thank you, Turtle. Got here a little late. Just wanted to say hi. What's up, man? Appreciate that. All right. Who's coming on? Who did I say is coming on? All right, Brianna, you're coming in. Brianna's coming in, girl. She's gonna give it to you, baby. I'm just kidding. That's weird. My bad. Trying to go through some of these comments here. So many comments in the middle of the night. All right. My sister went into debt getting her bachelor's degree. I skipped college, smoked weed, drank, had sex with my boss. I'm just kidding. She doesn't say that. She skipped college, and we both ended up as caregivers for the elderly. Oh, that's very nice of you. The difference is that I do not have student loan debt. Yeah, I think it's just like we're programmed to go to college. I even went to college for 3 months, and then I said, I've learned enough. But I went to community college, and we didn't waste any money. So I think I spent like a total of like $1,700 to go to college. All right. We got another $10 from Turtle. He goes, if you watch the Fallout TV show, they have a story arc where the leaders are predetermined, but the election is still held. I think it's like that for America to an extent. Far out, man. Some trippy shit, dude. Take that home with you. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. Like, I don't want to claim like I'm a wizard. I know everything. I don't. I'm just kind of talking out of my ass for the most part, which I think most of us do. All right, Kevin O'Brien with the $10. Trump 2024. I don't know. Let's put a bet on it. Who wants to put some money on it? I'll put $1.50 on it. I think Trump's gonna win. All right. Kevo with the $6.66. Jack, like your 2.0 channel also. Yeah, I love my second channel. If you guys haven't been over there, consider checking it out. No big deal. We're actually almost at 10,000 subs over there. It's pretty cool. I thought I was going to hit it, way sooner than that, but it seems like we're just getting new people over there. So that's awesome. But the second channel is actually how I started my original channel. So it's just full circle. So I'm happy about it. And I'm an out and about kind of guy. I like to be outside. I like to drive around. I like to just let it loose, let it all hang out. I hate being cooped up all the time. All right, Brianna, you're coming in for real this time. I'm talking all this shit here. What's up, girl? How we doing?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
Doing really well. So, how old are you, and where are you calling? If you don't, where are you calling from?
I'm in my early 30s and I'm calling from Southern California.
Oh, okay. So, what's on your mind tonight?
I'm
Talk to me.
originally from Florida. I'm
Really?
originally from Florida, like you. Yeah, I'm originally from Jacksonville. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's pretty nice. A little bit better weather than where I'm at. I'm all the way down south, so about an hour north of Miami.
Okay. Okay.
So, what's on your mind tonight? Talk to me.
Oh, okay. I've been wanting to call in for a long time, but
I'm glad
you're
you
you're
did.
a hot commodity. You're a hot commodity. I'm a really big fan. I really enjoy your content.
Thank
I
you.
just It's very refreshing to watch someone who talks about such serious things, but in such a lighthearted manner.
Got to keep it
So I really,
loose.
yeah, I love that. But what's on my mind is I wanted to talk a little bit about customer service and just tipping culture. You know, everybody has an opinion on it, but like yourself, I worked in hospitality for over a decade as well. And it's a lot of misunderstanding, and especially there's a lot of changes in the industry. Like, I meet people all the time that are like, oh, I've been a waiter, I've been a waitress, and I'm like, I promise you, waiting or bartending is not the same in 2024 as it was in 2020, as it was in 2018. So it's like people think that just because they used to do it, that they understand what's going on now, and they don't. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll break it down, but I'll let you keep going. But I'll explain it really simple.
Yeah.
So in 2014, if I bartended at the bar I used to bartend at, we would make let's just say we made on average $500 a shift, which is a lot of money. Even now, a lot of people would be like, 500 a night, sign me up. Okay, I agree. But at the same bar, we would make 500 a night. Fast forward 10 years, you're still making $500 a night. But now, and if you've never been in the server industry or the restaurant business, so let's say I'm a waiter. I have to give a portion of my tips to the busboy and the hostess. Okay. All right. So 10 years ago, maybe I had to give 2% of my money. And remember, I'm still making $500 a night here. 10 years later, same amount. But now I have to give 5% of my money to the people. But I'm still making the same amount, and everything else has gone up as well. So you're basically, it's like every other industry. It's like if you were a nurse 10 years ago, you're killing it. Same nurse, probably still getting paid the same. Everything's up. Your pay isn't. So it's the same shit. And not to mention, now that you're making less money, or not even just that, if you work at like an iffy restaurant, you don't always get treated the best. So it's hard to like put on this smile and want to give people a good time when people are talking to you like you're literally a bitch. Anyways, that was my frustration. I'll let you take the wheel.
No, that's exactly right. And like I know like for where I work now, right? Before we used to only have to tip out bussers, food runners, and bartenders.
Yep.
Now, same position, they've added two more people to tip out. Now we tip out cooks as well as we tip out hosts. And the reason we tip out cooks, and I really want to talk specifically about what's going on in California, and I try to spread awareness because I don't want this happening in every state. But like people, they pass laws and people think on the surface level, oh, this is great, but they don't think about the repercussions. So I saw the writing on the wall when they first started talking about paying fast food workers out here $20 an hour. In theory, that sounds great, but people don't think about where businesses are going to make up for that cost. That's the reason why fast food is so expensive. You can't afford to pay people more and then not expect for the cost to then come to the consumer. And it's the same thing with us now, that because before at my job, I think cooks were making 18 an hour. So now that you're telling people, oh, you can go work at McDonald's and make $20 an hour, how are restaurants, full service restaurants, supposed to compete with that, as well as not affect the company's bottom line? They come up with a bright idea. Oh, we're going to make our servers have to tip out more. So that leads to worse customer service because servers aren't making any money. And the worst part about it is, before tip out, like you would have, your suggested tip out, but you still had the option of what you would tip each person out. Now the tip out comes out automatically. So if you stiff me, I'm paying now to serve you. If your bill's $100, 20% would be $20. If you leave me $10, I have to tip out $6 of that. So I'm making $4 off of you, and you're surprised that customer service is declining.
Yep. And not to mention, like, forget about restaurant customer service. And a lot of people watching this who've never been in the restaurant business, like you just have a regular job, you're probably going to yourself, what the fuck are they saying? Like, it sounds illegal what we're talking about.
Exactly.
It just does, right? First of all, they pay you under minimum wage generally. Now I think the laws are a little skewed. Now it's like they have to pay you a base rate, which is awesome. Yeah. But it used to, some states, it's like they pay you $2 an hour. You literally have to rely on tips. But they don't. But I have to pay their employees, and I'm their employee, so I'm paying to go to work. I'm like a stripper now, but I make less money. So I was messing around with a stripper one time. This is years ago in California. And I remember I took her to work one day. I was pimping her out. I said, go get me that money, honey. I was just kidding. We're just more friends, if anything. But like, God, whatever. Okay. I learned my lesson. But the point is I take her to work one day and she's like, oh, fuck. She's like, I forgot. I owe them from yesterday. And I was like, what do you mean you owe them from yesterday? She's like, oh, I have to pay them a base rate every time I walk in to go in there and work. And I was like, wait, what? She goes, yeah. She's like, I got like 5 pimps in there. I was like, no. I was just like, I kind of get it though, because working at a restaurant, it's kind of, you're gonna have to shell out some money when you go to work. Like even if I wanted to get a shift covered, right? Most of the time in the restaurant business, probably a lot of jobs, you're scared to call off because you don't want to lose your job. But in the restaurant business, it's more like you're scared to call off of a Saturday night because Saturday night's your money night. And if you call off, somebody else might take it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll never have it again. So in order to get somebody to cover for you, some people are like I've had to pay people $100 just to cover a shift for me so that I don't get in trouble. And dude, it's some weird shit, man. Like, I can't believe I worked in some of these conditions. It's kind of funny, actually. Like, I'm sure a lot of people work in these kind of shitty situations, but how many people have to go work like their cubicle job or like your electrician job? How many people have to go to work and then have to pay out? Like, you have to show up to work and then pay your boss's employees. Not many people, probably. Like, I don't think that's
Exactly.
not common.
Yep.
Are you
Exactly.
still in the restaurant business right now?
I'm currently still in restaurants. I'm 15 years in. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
And I
hard.
mean, it's go ahead.
You get kind of, speak on this. Let me ask you about this, and then we're gonna keep this moving. But
Yeah.
like, since you've been in it so long, like, tell me, have you tried to get out? And then, if so, like, this is how people can get stuck in the business, or at least in my opinion, stuck, because
Yeah.
you start making this fast money.
Mhm.
But then it gets to a point when you go to do a real job,
Yeah.
the real job doesn't pay as much as the fake job, which
Nope.
would be the restaurant job.
Nope. And people don't understand it's difficult because you know this, and especially here in California. So when I was in Florida, I could work 60 hours a week serving easily.
Oh,
Here they Yeah, because you can work double shifts. Here, you can't really do that. You have to have multiple jobs because you have to be off the clock before your 6 hour or have taken a break by your fifth hour. And anything over 8 hours is overtime. So just by the way that the laws work here, it's not as easy to get those hours, but it is very difficult. I have tried to get out. So I did go to trade school. And as soon as I finished school, COVID happened
oh,
and I didn't want to get, the thing, and I couldn't work my job anymore. So I had to go back to the restaurant industry. And it is honestly hard because you get used to making money every day, as well as it is really good money when you break it down hourly. But people also, I just feel like they don't respect the position because they don't really understand what it is that we do. They don't understand all of the small nuances, and people are just very impatient, especially. I know in the chat a lot of people mention like black people tipping. I wanted to talk about that too. I
go
think
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
Yeah.
the only reason I've even said anything about any race of tipping is because I
Yeah.
worked in the business for a long time. I worked in
Yes.
California. I worked in Florida. I used to work at
Mhm.
the TGI Fridays, 4 miles
Mhm.
away from Compton in Hawthorne.
Oh wow.
So when I speak on this stuff, I can tell you right now, most Mexican families, 10% all day.
All day.
All day.
All day.
But here's the thing about where I worked at TGI Fridays, right? I treated everyone the same because I didn't care. I knew that it would equal out over the shift. Some
Mhm.
people tip really good. Some people don't tip. Some people tip in the middle. It's all good. Like, I
Yeah.
focused on volume and just keeping people happy, and the less
Yeah.
problems, the better. But that's just
Absolutely.
kind of what it was. But I never would go, oh no, here they go, they're not going to tip, because sometimes you're wrong. You can't always just judge somebody by how they tip. But statistically speaking, from how many people I've waited on, it's just, you go ahead, you say your piece, but that's just, I could go on and like tell you every fucking color of person what they're probably going to tip.
Yes.
And I could be wrong, but statistically speaking, I'm probably going to be fairly accurate.
I really like that you said that, to be honest. And the reason I wanted to mention it is, of course, clearly I'm a Black woman. I'm just not a biased person. I'm about what it is. I think all cultures have their own cultural practices with tipping. I
Yep.
think Black people have their thing. Sometimes it is justified because I've even had experiences where I felt mistreated and I let the server know, hey, I work in the industry too. I'm not one of those people that's not going to tip, and their service changes because in a lot of instances you are treated less than because you are expected not to tip. But
Yeah.
I don't get offended because I understand culturally, just like you talked about with Mexicans. In my opinion, in a lot of Mexican culture, no matter how high the check is, $20 is the cap. If your
Yep.
bill's $120, if your bill's $320. And so, and it's I can go through Indians, I can go through Asians, like we all have our own cultural things with tipping.
Yep.
And it's not for anybody to be offended about. It's for us to be honest and to talk about it.
No,
You know, because
it's the game. It's also the game. It's like when you choose that route of tipping, like, so let's say you wanted to go park cars and do valet parking. If the thing says fucking complimentary parking, I'm sorry, dude. You took that job. A lot of people, yeah, I'm a slide homie, $5-10. That's just how I roll. I'm the kind of guy to just tip motherfuckers. I tipped a tow truck driver the other day. I had to get it the tow truck. The guy literally nearly shit my pants. He was like, bro, I haven't had a tip in like 6 months. He's almost like, he's like, I don't think people even know that we have a tipping custom in tow truck world. And I was like, I didn't know. I was like, I just tip people. Like when somebody does a service for me, I just usually slide them a little extra, and especially if they were really nice,
ultimately, though, I blame the businesses because I feel
Yeah.
like at a point they're gouging people out with tip culture
Yep.
because now that they're asking for you to tip at the coffee shop and tip everywhere, now places where people do real service, as a service worker, it's not just my job to bring you food. You have no idea. I'm running around like a chicken trying to find you clean silverware, trying to get ice, trying to get cups. People don't understand that things don't just magically appear, as well as it's a lot of multitasking. I have 10, sometimes 13, 14 tables, and I have to tend to all of your needs at the same time, stay in a good mood. People just don't think about that.
And not to mention, check this out. Not to mention, like, people are probably thinking, why do you have so many tables? It's because they don't want to pay people.
Yes.
Because some states have a minimum requirement of what they have to pay you. So states where they only got to pay you $2 an hour, they could have servers all over the goddamn place. They got people working everywhere. But put it this way, right? So when I went to this doctor's appointment the other day, because I feel like I have some kind of a sinus thing, right? And apparently nothing's wrong with me. I go, that's great. It's probably just a stupid vape. I'm just gonna have to cold turkey it. But like, or maybe something I'm eating lately. I don't know what it is. But first of all, I go to a richer area. I didn't even tell the story correctly because my camera kept cutting out in the video. But so usually I go to a nicer area and I'll pay up a little more because usually the service is better. Well, this was kind of the opposite of that. I paid more and my service was shit. And I got upcharged $225 without them even telling me that it was going to, like the way they said it, it was like, oh, we'll just do a quick hearing test. No problem. Like, it's like, it doesn't cost me anything. See what I'm saying? And then they charged me $225 plus $275 for the consultation, which she talked to me for 3 minutes, by the way. But here's the thing is it's like 3 people running around and there's like all these patients and like, so it's like, even in that situation where usually it's the opposite. If I go somewhere really expensive, usually the service is on point because they're making money. They're making really good fucking money. Like the service is usually, that's how it works though. That's why I kind of don't mind sometimes paying up. I'm not just always eating out luxury. I don't mean that. But yeah, it's true. Like it's getting to a point where it's like, why are people going to be incentivized to be super nice to you when they're getting paid like dog shit? And then the past 15 customers they had weren't exactly the nicest to them.
Yeah.
How do we know? How do I know this? I've been treated like shit before, And And you just sit there and you're like, oh my God, like how am I going to survive this day? You know, like how many people can treat me like shit before I just snap on them?
Yes. And it's hard too because everything is up to perception. Some people can think that you're not being nice and you are. It's all up to the person's interpretation, which is difficult. That's the hardest part for a lot of people. Now, luckily, I've been in the industry so long. I personally don't struggle with it. I think I've mastered it. But for especially because serving is a young person's game. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be a job that you do, while in college and stuff. And these younger kids coming up, they're not used to people talking to them the type of way that people talk to them. And it's hard. And people they have to understand also too that the things that used to keep people going, like for example, like we all had service jobs where it might be like they give you a little award or whatever. Companies are cutting back on those small bits of recognition, and they don't realize how much that means to someone. It's so many elements being attacked.
Oh, I do know, man. It's I literally left a job where I was making $500-600 a night. Not every night, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. I'm making $500, $600, $700, sometimes $1,000 in a night. It was stripper money. It really was. It was pretty insane. It was pretty crazy, actually. Like I was more than grateful. But dude, they really knew how to make you feel just so replaceable. God forbid you take a night off or you don't go to your manager's birthday function. God forbid. I didn't know I was supposed to be your friend. Like, I didn't know I had to also, like in the contract, I didn't know I was signing up to also be your friend. And if I don't go to your something that has nothing to do with work, that you're going to take away all my shifts and leave me high and dry. Yeah, or just, and some people too, they could just get walked on because the boss knows. Like in my last restaurant job, my boss treated me excellent because he knew I could leave at any moment, and I would. But the other people who needed the money, they didn't get treated as fairly as I did. But he couldn't walk on me because I didn't allow that to happen. And I think that's like how a lot of people feel about their jobs. Because I've worked other jobs besides just waiting tables or bartending, and it's the same. It's kind of the same shit. Like, and that's why the places that treated me really nice, I stayed there for 4 years because they actually treated people correctly. They treated the employees nice. Did I make the world's best money? No, but at least I was treated nicely by my boss.
That makes all the difference. That makes all the difference.
Holy shit. How hard is that? Like life isn't hard enough, you know?
Yep.
Anyways, but Brianna, we're going to sit here and talk fucking restaurant shit all night. I'm going to let you go.
I appreciate you.
Of course. Thanks for calling in. And, you know, if you're going to stay in the business, you may as well become a GM somewhere and get that 6-figure salary, girl.
Ooh, I can't take that lack of quality of life.
Okay.
We get in the industry for that. Yes.
I take that back. Get the fuck out. All right.
Yes.
Take it easy. There you go. That's better. Later. That was funny. Hey, I haven't been able to talk shop with somebody in a while. I don't work in the business anymore. Okay. All right. Greg Wright with the $5. A lot of you guys are probably going, oh, fucking waiter. It's like, I get it. It's like me trying to talk shit on, you know, being a plumber. I've never done it, you know. Two different strokes and the folks and all that. Thanks for the $5, Greg. He goes, I don't have 10 grand in the bank, but I do enjoy giving when I can. I didn't mean it literal, but like if you're doing good and you're doing okay, you're not worried about paying your rent, you know. Let's break it down smaller. I didn't mean to insult anybody. I just want you guys to be okay, like, you know, to give all your money away. Thanks for the $5. All right, Lil Vic and the boys with the $10. I hate when their car payment is their personality. I'll buy a car in cash, but I'll put my money elsewhere. So I made a sticker say no to car payments. Hopefully no slash tires. Dude, so I've had Taco running my TikTok and Instagram, right? So finally, he made a video that's doing good. It's going kind of viral on TikTok, and it's about I was talking shit on BMWs. And so somebody made a video using my video, and he was really offended that I said BMWs are pieces of shit. But he like turns his camera a little bit, and it's a young kid. I didn't say like this kid's name was Josh or something, and I was like, it's not like I said, Josh, you suck. I just said BMWs suck. But immediately I said to myself, I was like, oh, this guy owns a BMW. And he like turns his camera just a little bit. Homie's got a poster in his room of the BMW logo. And I was like, I still stick by my word. I still think they fucking suck. No offense. Like, it's just my opinion. I think they're pieces of shit. It's all good. Baker. Wait, who said Baker? There he is. Yeah, you know how we do. You see the Baker up top. My man. Baker 3 is the best skate video ever. All right. We got $2 from the Dig Deeper TV. Please shout out my wife, Amber. We watching much. Hey, Amber. How you doing, baby? I didn't mean to call your wife baby. My bad. How you doing, sugar? All right. Let's keep this party moving. All right. Anthony, you're coming on next, brother. He goes, yo, ma from Seinfeld. Is it time to leave the American nightmare and find another country with less problems and less and more freedom? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna thug it out, dude. Like, I feel like things can kind of, who knows? Maybe things can kind of correct, maybe. So, take a hit. But I have talked about that with a couple of friends. Even me and I have a new girlfriend, by the way. You'll meet her. She'll be on the show. She's not like my last girlfriend, that fucking bitch. I dated her. Thanks for the $2 from this guy. I appreciate that. But we were even talking about that. Like, worst case scenario, like, fuck it. Like, there's other countries. She's traveled way more than me. And I was like, hey, worst case scenario, I'll move. But right now, I'm going to thug it out. Jack's getting red. I just have a red hue to my body. I'm like just a red kind of cat, just how I am. I'm a blemishy bloke. All right, here we go. All right, come on. Couple more comments, and then we're going to get Anthony. Anthony's story is fucked up, so get ready for it. It's not cool. It's not good. Turtle 3000 with another $5. Brianna's beautiful. Uh-oh. Brianna, the boys are coming for you. Yeah, she's a good-looking lady. Yes, she was. Even this guy, the $10. Thank you. He goes, she is a baddie. Brianna's a hot commodity out here, man. Well, I didn't get what restaurant she worked at. Otherwise, you could go throw her some money. And she would bring you some food and beverages and maybe a smile. All right. Skywalker Precious Metals. Thank you for the $50, man. This guy's got to be doing very well with himself. Thank you very much. Because I had to chase every raise after I got out of the Army, zigzagged the country for another 10 years, finally retired last year at 56, making $100K a year as a paramedic. Own my own home in Florida, debt-free, 32 years in the same job. Wife retired, 30 years, registered nurse. Good for you, man. That's fucking awesome. That's what I like to hear. I like that. And thank you for the $50. I didn't mean to pull from your retirement fund. Thank you. Even this Matthew guy. She like pasty men? ? Yo, Brianna, if you're still watching, you've got a lot of men in here, and they seem to have a lot of money. I'm just kidding. They have some money. They're balling. All right. Last comment, and then I'm getting Anthony in here. Turtle 3000 is just balling out tonight. Like, thank you. Seriously. My friends are trying to set me up with a girl, but she says she wants to move out of California in 2 years, and I have a career here, so should I even try? I want a wife. Well, if she likes you enough, she won't go anywhere. So maybe give it a go. You know what I mean? Or at least get some puss out of it. I know that's messed up to say, but hey, come on, have a little fun. All the money you're sending me tonight, you could be taking her out on a date, do the hokey pokey and let it all hang out. You know what I mean? What's up, Josh? Thanks for the $5, brother. All right, let's get Anthony in here. I've been rambling too long. Anthony, my boy.
What's up, brother? My life's been pretty boring. What do you want to talk about?
All right, so do you mind if I sum up your situation and then you can
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. And then we
right.
could bring Brianna back because people want to see her more than they want to see me. So
Yeah, they really do. Yeah. Not that you're not a beautiful man, but she's a beautiful woman.
Right.
People actually want to have sex with her. I'm just kidding. My bad. All right. So Anthony is he's been around on the show quite a long time. I'm gonna break it down real small. I actually did a whole video on my second channel about this today.
I appreciate you for that.
Anthony called in about 6 months ago. He was married with a 16-year-old daughter. He's with his wife for 17 years or 15 years married. My bad. So he
with
had
her for
called
17,
in.
married for 15.
Yep. And they had both been laid off of their jobs around the same time, and they were having a hard time finding work. So Anthony was watching the show and he said, hey, Jack does this live stream show. I'll call in and I'll shamelessly plug our GoFundMe. And it actually worked out for them. Thanks to all you guys. We raised them up like, what was it? Almost like $3,000 or something like that.
Almost $3,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was about 2,800.
It was actually, I was shocked by it. I was actually like, wow, like
I was too.
Fucking awesome. Okay. They get back on their feet. His wife ends up finding a job some months later. Mind you, this woman's never called into the show. Okay. I don't know this person. Anthony did all this stuff, right? So in my head, it's like going to him, So anyways, long story short, she gets back on her feet and she just says, well, fuck this dude. And she goes, I'm done. So why don't you finish up? Because I feel like I missed some things. Like, how exactly did it go down? She's just gone. Was she cheat? She was cheating on you. And then
she started to act weird with her phone. She was getting text messages. She was smiling, giggling, laughing all the time. And I knew something was going on. She was getting secretive with her phone. She wasn't letting me see her phone. So one night I confronted her with it. We got into an argument. During this argument, she dropped her phone. I picked it up. I was about to unlock her phone, see who she was talking to. That's when she picked up the knife and she stabbed me in my right arm.
Stab you. That's right.
Yeah.
She fucking stabbed you. Yeah.
Yes. She stabbed me in my right arm. She did permanent nerve damage. Okay. I can only make a fist. I cannot open my hand.
Oh, that's fucked.
Okay. And I'm right-handed. I can't sign my name. I'm not supposed to be lifting anything heavy. It's supposed to be in a cast, and the cast broke on me. So I'm waiting on a new cast.
And this is recent. This is recent shit that just happened. Okay, so anyways,
this was in April.
Yeah, and it gets not great. Anyways, keep going, brother.
And so I decided she asked me to leave, so I decided to leave. And now I'm currently homeless in a shelter in New York City.
And then didn't she proceed to rob one of your family members as well?
She robbed me. Not one of my family members. She robbed me. She took the little bit of money that I had left, used it to pay her rent, and left me with nothing. I have nothing but the clothes on my back, and I had $600 in my bank account. She took the whole thing, and I was using that to buy food. We're not allowed to cook in here. There are no stoves in here. We have to go out for food if we want food, and she knew that, and she took the money anyway. And yeah, the police told me if I wanted the money back, I had to file a police report, so I did that. They told me she has 30 days to turn herself in, or they're going to put out a warrant for her, and she could do up to 30 days in prison.
Is your daughter at least all right?
As far as I know, she's not really talking to me much. My wife has really poisoned her mind against me. Um, it sucks because I've always been a good father. I've always been there for my daughter. There's never been a moment where I wasn't there. Me and her have a very special bond, and I'm hoping that she'll come around. That eventually she'll see what it is. What it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know those shelters, man, they're not easy. Because I
Yeah.
remember trying to get my dad in one, but he wasn't sober, and I know they don't take people if they're fucking around.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they
Um,
don't tolerate that.
Thankfully, I'm in a room with some good roommates. They're really good people, and we're all kind of going through similar things. So we understand each other, and there's respect there, thankfully.
Well, anyways, we're gonna do a shameless plug here. Anthony, what's your phone number? I'm gonna type it in the chat for your Zell. And if you
I
guys want to call
appreciate you.
anybody wants to lend not just money, but maybe if you're in the New York City area, you could, money's not the only way to help somebody.
Right.
Anthony, what's your phone number just in case somebody wants to reach out to you?
484-649-9737.
9737.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm putting that in there.
Also connected to my Zell if anybody wants to help out.
Yeah.
And Brianna could call that number too.
He's still got a sense of humor. See, this is spectacular, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, I can't wait to see you in person so we can do a video together,
You
man.
know what? It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be glorious. And I hope to God you're back on your feet.
And we're gonna prove all the naysayers wrong because the comments are wild. Like I can fake cerebral palsy. Like really?
You know what's crazy? Yeah, because he's also has cerebral palsy. Yeah, I know. It's like,
come on, really?
No, it's funny because I've had a lot of people in my life like not only talk shit about me, but like even people like certain family members like talk shit on, on my dad, on this, on that. And I was always so shocked, like just so blown away. I'm like, kick them while they're down. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's all good because usually people that
By the way, Jack, I don't mean to cut you off. I have a great woman in my life now. So
really,
yeah. She bought me a pair of sneakers because I told her I had holes in my sneakers.
It's still possible out here, gentlemen. You could be down and out, and there's a woman out there.
She's a good woman. She's a good woman.
That's awesome, dude. That's fantastic. But nah, man, nobody there's nothing better than a good comeback story. Nothing better than that. But like that's something I've noticed about people who have ever been like super negative to me. And I don't mean negative like talking about subject matter. I mean just very
listen, bro.
I almost feel bad for them. I almost feel like, wow, like you actually like it's funny. It's like when somebody thinks you're stupid, but they're really stupid. It's like the same kind of concept.
Right.
Yeah, like
don't let the negativity get to you, Jack.
Yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't be here if I
proven to me the kind of man that you are, man. You didn't have to help me. You didn't have to help me. You helped me when I was about to, lose my apartment. My daughter was going to be on the street. My wife was going to be on the street. What did she do? She turns around. She throws me out after you helped us out. You know what I mean? It wasn't like she did it on her own merit, on her own strength.
Yeah.
You helped us out.
Well, I mean, not just me, everybody, people watching.
Yeah, your followers.
A lot of these
your
people
community.
Too. There's good people like this guy Josh here with the $5. That's good people, man. Like,
right.
We talked on the phone. There's there's a lot of really solid cats out there. Like a lot of good people. Put it this way. There's more like good overcomes evil, right? Or at least I like to think so. So, things can look fucked up. But the fact that things aren't like in flames, that means there's more good than bad. So I have hope. But the negative, what is it? The negative usually gets way more attention than the positive. It's just what it is.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, before we get too depressing, Anthony, Enjoy your night, guys. I put in his information in the chat. I'll also put in the description down below. And I'm actually going to go ahead before I forget. Anthony, I'm gonna send you some money right now. I was gonna do it earlier. I forgot.
Man, come on.
No, man, I have to. I'm doing it. I don't care. People could be patient. I'm gonna do it right now.
My buddy's gonna try to get in here too.
I'm gonna take this 20 right here from David. Thank you, David, for the 20, and we're gonna send that right over to you. I wish I could do more, but unfortunately, I've been getting bent over the ass with my plumber and my AC guy. They like to bend me over, man. They just take it all. They just take it all. They just go, "We're coming for you, Big Daddy." Yeah, it is what it is. It's all good. I needed it. Yeah. And we're gonna send the money. You'll get the money. All right.
Jack, my best friend's gonna try to get in here and tell you some stories, things that he's witnessed between me and my wife, so people don't think that this is bullshit.
Nah, I mean, you know what? It is what it is. If people want to hook you up, they're gonna hook you up. And even just helping them out. Somebody in New York City, you want to help a friend out, help a guy out. It's oh, here it is. What was it again? 484
649
649
9737
9737. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know what, dude? Fuck that. Sending 100.
Come on, man.
We're sending 100. I'm doing it
killing
right now.
me, Jack. Killing me.
Well, here's the thing. You got to set the trend. You know what I mean? Monkey see, monkey do. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta. This way, people go, "Oh, Jack did it. I'll do it too." It's it's psychology, right? I did 3 months of college, guys. I know what I'm talking about. All right, Anthony. I'm gonna talk. I'll give you a call sometime this week, man. We got to chop it up.
Right, man. Love you, brother.
Oh, man. I love you too, man. Stay up, dude. All right, it's good people, man. I feel, sometimes down and out. Anyways, thank you, David, for the $20. Appreciate that. Anthony appreciates that. It's okay. I'll just work overtime this week. It's all good. It's boomerang money. You get it right back. Jimbo Slice with the $2, the big one. He goes, "What's your social security number again?" Oh, that's going to be 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low. I actually, believe it or not, I have my social security number tattooed on my body. True story. I really do. It's on my butt. I'm not kidding. Ted Rogers with $10. He goes, "Hang in there, Anthony. It'll get better." See, one guy actually is kind. That's awesome. I'm just joking. I know a lot of you guys are super nice. I've talked to you. Okay. Jack, send him this money too. It's already sent. Thank you, DJ. DJ, you're a saint. I hope you're doing well. All right. I'm going to put the link in the chat if anybody else wants to call in. Also, all the new people watching, we're going to start doing the live streams on the first Sunday of every month and the second Sunday of every month. It's going to be every other Sunday. I need a change of pace. So, and also, viewership's been down. So why am I going to try harder? If that makes sense. I don't need to explain myself. That's just what I'm doing. $2, but why? But why? I don't know. All right, who's up? We got a all right, we got Bryce. You're coming on next, brother.
Hey, right. What's up? Can you hear me all right?
Oh, dude, you're super crispy. Hey, Bryce, did I talk to you earlier today on Instagram?
That actually was me. I'm wearing the same shirt.
I can tell by your backdrop.
On Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell by the backdrop.
Oh, yeah. I got pretty much everything figured out. Not the video editor, but the mic. That took a while.
You sound crispy, man. You look good. You sound good. You're sleek. You're sexy. You're on a roll. Anyways, so Bryce, talk to me. How old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm 26, calling from Belleville, Illinois. Part of the St. Louis Metro East. Yeah.
It's a good age. Solid.
If anyone
age.
here is listening, do not move here. It's
where do you live in Illinois?
Belleville, Illinois, but we're right outside St. Louis, so it gets rough.
It's not good.
Well, for example, someone tried robbing me for my watch today. If I can get it on frame.
Oh man, you need to stop wearing that watch, man.
It's so beautiful, though.
You gotta watch out.
Either way. I mean, I guess if someone wants to rob you, they're gonna rob you. But
they're gonna get you. Or they're going to try to.
And
I've
it's
been
always
jumped,
when you never expect it. So
dude. I've been jumped by 9 dudes before, like out of nowhere. Yeah, ask my dentist. Yeah, that was fucked up, dude. That really happened. That was like scary shit. That's what you get for hustling people in pool in a bad neighborhood. I didn't expect to get jumped, but it did happen. So, anyways, man, Bryce, what's on your mind tonight, brother? Talk to me.
Well, besides almost getting robbed, I've just been thinking about gun violence ever since that Trump thing. I mean, you can see behind me. I mean, I do have weapons, but this is kind of getting out of hand, you know.
He's loaded up. Daddy's
Yeah, well,
ready.
you gotta be.
Yeah,
Just
I
don't
don't
use
think
it for
it's.
the wrong thing. Use it for self-defense, and I'm all right with anybody owning the gun. So
Yeah, I feel like most people who have, like concealed permits and all that, it's it's so skewed backwards. It's not like I've never once like people have this perception of Florida, like people are just doing drive-bys left and right. It's actually kind of the opposite because everybody here owns a gun. So it's
yeah,
kind of counteracts that. If you go somewhere where people aren't allowed to have guns, there's probably more gun violence. I could be
yeah.
wrong.
St. Louis is like that. I mean, it's Missouri, so technically you can have guns, but it's a liberal city, so not a lot of people carry guns. Like it's normal to see drive-bys, like just to see violence. Period. Like 2 weeks ago, my family owns a sheet metal fabrication shop over in St. Louis, right?
Oh, nice.
And I'm friends with the guy who does the fabrication. I no longer work there just because I'm in school. But he called me up and he's like, "Hey, bro, come check this out." So I roll up to the shop and there's just a straight up like burnt out car with a bullet hole through the windshield and blood in the seat, just sitting back there.
Just
And
chilling.
then I just call the police. They say there's nothing wrong with the car. It's a little weird. And then he calls me 2 days later and says a black Escalade rolled up and 4 dudes with bandanas got out and just drove it off. Weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Where I live, maybe like last year or 2 years ago, there was a series of like drive-bys right over here. We call it the bullet wall, but really it's just a sound wall because of the traffic. But like it's not like they were doing drive-bys like shooting up homes. It was like whatever fucking retards are playing GTA in
Yeah.
real life. We're in some kind of a gang shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be like offensive to whatever culture they have in their
I get what
mind
you mean.
with like they think it's fun to just go around robbing and shooting people.
Well, I mean,
Generally, this
I'm
is younger
black, and
kids that
I
do
will
this.
say that in the black community, it is kind of praised to shoot people and rob people, so that might be part of it. But
Yeah, but you
there's
don't.
no saying
But I feel
what
like
constitutes.
I feel like once they get older, they realize how stupid it really is. But typically speaking, these are very young people that do this. It's not
Yeah, like
like
18,
these
19.
aren't 42-year-old men. You know what I mean? Like that's not what it is. Maybe once in a while, sure, but like it's kind of stupid, man. But they're not like coming around my house here and just like firing off rounds. It's like they're shooting at each other in their
Yeah,
cars or
they're taking out people they have beef with.
yeah. It's never like yeah, like rarely do you hear of somebody just getting like literally executed.
Yeah, that's not the case with St.
Yeah,
Louis. Like, I think a year ago, there was literally a video of some dude like trying to load the bullets into his 9, and there's a homeless dude just sitting there on the corner. You might have seen it. He just puts the pistol up to the back of his head and pulls the trigger, and then just sits and waits for the police. It's
like
crazy in St. Louis, man. I mean,
okay.
unless you go in the county, it's violent.
So let me ask you a question. How far are you from like Chicago?
About 4 hours.
Okay, yeah, because I've
Yeah, so
never
St.
actually been.
Louis, it's like 20 minutes from my house, but
Yeah, I've never
Chicago's
actually
like
been
4
to
hours.
Chicago, but people tell me it's like some people are like, I love Chicago, and then other people are like, oh, it's scary stuff, you know?
Yeah, I would
Uh,
not go through that city unless I had an AR-15 and level 4 body armor, because there's little kids just walking down the street catching stray
oh,
bullets.
so
So
it's really like that there.
yeah, watch Iraq for a reason.
Yeah. Well, it just blows my mind because it's so stupid. Like it really is. Like it's kind of sad actually. Like I'm all about
It
owning
is sad, but
guns
like,
and protecting yourself and all that, but
I mean, I don't really know how we're supposed to help. I mean, you can only say, violence is bad so many times. The cycle just keeps continuing. I don't really know what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, well, like I said, here in Florida, like everybody owns a gun. So if you go and want to pull a gun on somebody,
It's
it's
a
probably going to
deterrent.
be one right back in your face.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it kind of levels itself out, you know. But does everybody want to have to carry a gun with them everywhere? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I don't want to have to always have a gun on me. Like, I just don't.
Mhm.
Like, I always have a knife on me, but I mean, you know, bring a knife to a gunfight.
That's
you know?
easier to
But
carry. Usually guns are not as easy to carry. They're
no, they're
uncomfortable.
not, man. And it's like you gotta fucking have a thing, and then you know, next thing you know, like a cop might give you shit. You know,
Mhm.
like I had a cop pull me over recently because my light on my license plate was out, my license plate light. So that was cool. But the guy, first thing he asked me, do I have any weapons on me? And I'm like, I go, what? I was like, I just was like, yeah, I do.
That's I mean, I
And
hear people get asked.
I was like, yeah, I got a weapon on me. And he's like, oh, what do you have? I'm like, I have a knife. I had a gun too, but I didn't tell him that. But I was just like, yeah, I have a knife. He's like, well, what do you need a knife for? I go, just in case. I
Yeah.
gotta open a
Just
box
in
or
case
something. You know,
just
it's
in
like,
case
what?
shit
Like, what do
gets
you
crazy,
mean?
man.
What? Like, what the fuck does it matter to you what I have a knife for? Like, there's 4 of you out there with guns and shit. Like, what are you scared about? Well, I guess people are like, people can. It does happen. You've seen those videos of like cops pulling over a guy, and the next thing you know, they're getting lit up. So it does
Yeah.
happen. It's fair.
Hey, I got another question for you. You got any dating tips? I mean, I don't really have issues with the ladies. I have issues getting in like a relationship. I'm 26, starting to get to that age to where it's technically time to settle down, but I mean, in this day and age, I mean, I don't even know if that's worth it.
I think it's like from what I've noticed, it's like majority of your age group. I feel like majority, it's like they don't want a relationship.
Yeah. Well,
Because when I was 26, it was even, you know, it wasn't that long ago. I'm 34, but like I feel like it's like just drastically different now. So it's kind of it's like you just have to find like that one girl who just you guys are just cool. And it's like, hey, we should date. This is fun. I think that's like the best bet. That's how every relationship I've been in has started. Was
your
just that.
chat's pretty funny. They're all telling me I'm too young to settle down. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily me, y'all. It's my family. You see this cross? It's my
Well,
family.
well, here's the problem, dude. Right? Like, let's say it like this: a family I'm super close with, parents super religious, brought their kids up right. None of them are covered up in like crazy tattoos. They're all pretty good. No one's got a record. But one of the kids has 2 kids with 2 different dads, and you know you wouldn't even expect that to happen. But like she's probably around your age, so dude, it's hard, man. I'm 34 and I'm still like having
It's
getting a
not something I
relationship.
wanna rush into. It's my family, they're all hardcore Christians. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but they're like, "Hey, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna give us some grandkids?" And I'm just like, I all the girls I know, I would not wanna touch them with a 10-foot pole, bro.
It's risky, dude, because like even when you do find one though, like I don't want to say like just in the back of your head think this isn't gonna work, but it's kind of how you have to think because they're probably thinking that too. You know, it's kind of fucked up to say that, but it's kind of what it is. Like right now, I have a new girlfriend, and yeah, we're all in like I'm really like I've never had a. It's like she's my best friend. Like I'm not just saying that, you know, like I've never actually had this before. I did once, but I was like 17, 18, but then she started doing drugs. Anyways, but I never had like a girl where I'm like, oh, I actually want to just I want to hang out with you, not just have sex with you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she's like
that's generally
my
how it
homie.
goes.
Yeah. Um, but you know, and I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, oh, what if it doesn't work out? I'm just gonna go with the flow, and you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But
Let whatever's gonna happen just unfold the way it's gonna go.
yeah, because my last relationship, I tried to force it.
Ah, okay.
I tried to force it, and I knew it wasn't gonna work out. So like this one, I'm not forcing it, but I'm like, this one's gonna work out, and we're like best friends, and it's like, I could say anything to her, you know, so that's cool. But at the same time, you know, I can't worry about, like, you know, if I let all my other relationships dictate my future, then I would just go into this and be like, well, it's not going to work out. What's the point?
Just go with the flow,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. So once you meet, I feel like it's as simple as like, once you meet a girl and you guys are like, if you have really good rapport and you're also attracted to her, then it's kind of like, okay, well, I hope our morals and stuff align, and I hope I could be myself with you, and I hope we want to have sex together. And then if all those things work out, then, you know, hey, just go with it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. Cause like my last
Yeah.
girlfriend, I tried to make it work, you know, because we had the same morals and the same values, but like we weren't on the same level. We weren't on the same level. We weren't best friends. Like, she looked at the world this way and I looked at the world this way, but she wanted kids and a family and I wanted kids and a family.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'll make it work. But the truth is it's like, well, it's never going to work. I was just lying to
That
myself.
seems to have been the case with me. Like whenever like I try to get serious with the girl, like I have no issue getting girls. It's when like I want to get something serious. I've always had the issue of like if you try to like bring the question up, like, hey, it usually doesn't work out. She's got to ask you the question.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Well, first of all, it's okay to be like, so for instance, with the girl I'm with now, she's fucking awesome. Like, and I've known her a long time. That's the funniest part. Like, we've known each other a long fucking time. And but it's one of those things where we just hung out for like 3 days straight, and I didn't even hit her up for sex. None of that. It was just more of like, oh, we used to run the same circle of friends, and I just so happened to be in the area she was in. And like after like that third day of hanging out, I remember just being like, I was like, okay, this is too good for me to pass on. You know what I mean? For me to not try.
Yeah.
So I just blatantly told her, just straight up, like, am I tripping here, or are we like fucking, have I met my match?
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she's literally like me in a girl's body, but we don't look alike. It'd be weird if I was dating somebody that looked like me.
I probably just need to find someone like that. I always like I'm in college. The party girls always find me, and they're not worth nothing.
And we joke about that too, because I was like, oh, if we tried doing this even 5 years ago or even 7 years ago, it would never work. Because, like you said, the party, like, you're in two different wavelengths, because we're kind of programmed to like settle down at 30. But you have your parents are old school, so you're 26. So they probably don't see that most people are like, I'm not 30 yet.
Yeah, like they don't understand that most people in their 20s, even up into their mid 30s, don't want to settle down. They're still doing their thing, you know?
Yeah, some of them just it's like we have what is it? We have forever. At least I thought that for a long time. I guess
Yeah.
sometimes I still think that, you know, I'm like just brainwashed, I guess. I'm like, oh, I got forever. Like, I'm still young. It's like I got gray hair and wrinkles and shit. I'm still young, you know, like, I'm still going to the skate park, you know, just holding on to it. I'm responsible. You know, you can do whatever you want as long as you're responsible. I believe in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't even trip on it. I would just, I mean, if you and your parents are super cool, I would just tell them like, hey, I do want to settle down. I do want to have all that, but like,
I'm just not trying to
if I
start
meet her,
drama. That's all. I'm
yeah,
not
like
trying
if
to
I
get a
meet her,
Jesus lecture.
I'll let you guys know if I meet her, but like, here's what's going on. Like, let me explain to you what these sinners are doing out here. You know, like,
Hey,
for real though.
I do have a one last question, but then I guess I have a homework or something to do. What is that thing on your mic? Is that necessary, bro? Because we were
thing?
talking earlier today. That black thing on your mic looks like a piece of foam. Yeah, you're grabbing it. That thing. Yeah. Because that didn't come with my mic. Is that something you need?
I don't think it comes off. Wait,
Oh,
maybe it does. Yeah, maybe it does. No, I don't
yeah.
want to break.
If that's a Shure
Oh, wait,
microphone. I mean, I think they
come
come
off.
with that.
It does come off. There it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
I
It's
see
just
what it is.
it's like a
It's a filter of some sort.
windscreen. Yeah, it's just a windscreen.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
mic
I
sounds
probably
fine.
won't be buying that. It's
Yeah,
not something I need right now. Maybe if I blow up like Joe Rogan.
yeah.
Not now.
I mean, honestly, you can start making money even at like 1,000 subscribers. You know, you don't need to be
Oh,
like huge.
I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
not know that.
Yeah, that's why I tell people all the time, like if you think to yourself, oh, I could do this, like you don't need to be famous to make extra money doing this. Like I was making shocking money when I had like 10,000 subs. I was like, wow. I was like, this is incredible. I was like, I had no idea. I didn't have an idea. Okay, on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, different story. You
Yeah,
need like
TikTok is difficult. You
yeah,
have
you
to
need
have
like
like steady views.
millions of views to make money on that shit. Like good luck, you know, like people are like whoring themselves out on there, like selling products left and right. You know, it's a real racket on TikTok. But if you're doing long form content stuff, you don't need to be famous to make decent money. Like if you're pulling 20,000 views a video and you're posting a few videos a week, like you'd be surprised. Like you'd be like, wow, like I just made $4,000. You know, you're like, oh shit, that's insane. I mean, you still have to
it's
show
best
up
not to be
to
in
it.
it for the money, though. You got to love what you're doing,
No,
otherwise you'll
yeah,
burn
yeah,
out.
yeah. If you're just in it for the money, I mean, that's for anything though.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, what would you rather do? Work a job making 60K a year that you don't like, or work a job making 60K a year that you know,
Mhm.
kind of enjoy?
Yeah,
So it's
that's
kind of
one of the reasons why I went back to school. I used to make right around 60K distributing beer around here. Hated the job. You had to show up at 5
were you a
a.m. and it
beer
was
rep?
salary. I was a merchandiser, but I still had to go and sell the new types of beer and try to get
Uh,
different products in the store. But like you were
that's
expected to
rough.
be there at 5 a.m. sharp, and it was salary. So if your store didn't get done, you could be there till 9 at night, and then got to be back at 5 in the morning. So I
Yeah, that's
just
a rough.
bailed, went to school. That way I could do something I love. So
Yeah, I dated a chick who was a liquor rep, and they made decent money, but like, I mean, you know, everything used to be commission and all this stuff, so you could actually make a good living. And then once they made it a flat rate, it was kind of just
yeah.
like, what am I doing? It's like
See, we
this
had
is
flat rates on most of our regular beer, like Miller Lite, Coors Light. But if you sold any craft beers, like that Voodoo Ranger stuff, if you
oh
sold
yeah,
any of
yeah,
that, you would get a commission. But most of the stuff we carried, you just stocked it. It's pretty much it.
yeah, man. I mean, I also think it's kind of like we're in the golden age of this is like reverse cable television.
Yeah.
Like we'll end on this note, and then I'll let you go. But it's kind of one of those things where like cable TV, they used to like do these pilots where people would like pitch a show, but they would pay you. Like they would be like, okay,
Oh,
here's $300,000, pay all the actors, pay all these people, and we'll see if people like the show.
yeah.
That doesn't exist anymore. Now it's like make the TV show, make it popular, and then once you reach a certain threshold of people who like it, we'll start paying you. So now
Like
it's just
for free.
backwards now. But the cool thing is it's like it's an option, you know, like
Yeah.
you don't need to be like back in the 90s, you didn't need to be famous to make a living. You could be the guy with 2 lines on the TV show and you could make $75,000 a year. So that's what's happening right now. But, you know, how long that's going to last, I have no idea. But, you know, it is an opportunity for people, and you don't need a degree. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You know, like this guy, Big Ward, the genius. Homie
I've
just
seen him.
sits in his truck. His audio is complete shit. Half the time, his steering wheel in his car is in front of his fucking face. And he puts in like the only effort he puts in is showing up and delivering a good perspective and a good point.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
just shows up every day, like 3 times a day. And it worked out for him. You know, he just kept showing up.
I'm trying to think. That's the one who's a over the road truck driver, right?
Yeah, something like that. And
Big rig driver.
yeah. And it's but my point is I like the guy. I think he's cool. But it's funny because I'm like, oh, like if I helped him out with this stuff, like he could probably triple his views, you know, triple everything just by changing a couple of things. But he doesn't know how to do any of that stuff. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm just going to do what I can do. And that's just showing up and filming and posting.
Consistency is key.
Yeah. So my point about that story is like, you don't need to be the most fancy person or have all this equipment. Like you could literally do it with this.
With the phone, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I started my second channel. I was like, I want to just do this too. Like,
Yeah.
that looks fun. Like, let me fucking just have some fun and not worry about the fancy lights and shit, which I do like this stuff, but like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, if you don't have to do that, then why do it? You know, it's like, if I could just sit in my car and talk.
I was actually going to do that for a second channel. I mean, I have 2 phones. So obviously, like right now I'm using an iPhone, but
Yeah.
like if I'm not doing like long form content, sitting in front, sitting on my love seat, sitting here in the house, I was just going to pull over somewhere in St. Louis in a nice area so I don't get robbed and just talk shit
Or
basically.
maybe you do want to get robbed on camera. You post that, you go viral, you get monetized. Bingo, boingo. Everybody wins. That guy gets his money. You get your money. So I'm just kidding. Don't get robbed. Not
Yeah,
my bad. But
I'm not
anyways,
going to let someone rob me. That's not going to happen.
well, Bryce, it sounds like you need to be just fine. And good luck with the lady situation. I know
Right.
you. I know you're not worried
Yeah,
about it.
I'm not worried. I'm doing
You'll
my
be
thing.
fine.
If I get a lady. If not, I got money. So
Yeah, you what is it? You get what you give. So it's kind of like, if you're a decent person, you're more than likely gonna get a decent person. I mean, not always, but usually, you know. Anyways, what do I know? I'm still, I still haven't figured it out. Anyways,
all
later,
right.
Bryce. Appreciate you,
Well,
brother.
thanks for having me on, bro. Take care.
Of course, man. No problem. Yeah, cool guy. Good kid. Good kid. Yeah, all right, here we go. We got $5 from the YouTubes. Black community is very diverse. Let's not use that term to define the small subset of criminals from the certain areas. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I don't mean to come off like that whatsoever. Like, most of my neighbors are black. None of them are fucking like toting around, thugging it out. Like, no, like, of course not. No. Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think most of us know. Well, apparently most people don't know that. So, in case you didn't know, there are good white people and there are bad white people. There's, bad Mexicans and there's good Mexicans. There's, asshole, black people, and then there's really good black people. It's pretty much goes for every colored person of any sort of shade of hue, if you would. Just in case anyone out there didn't know. All right. We got $10 from Ryu. He goes, my best friend / girl cheated 16 years. Keep going. Cheater, pumpkin eater, man. What a bitch. You know what? I also thought I was talking about this with my new shorty. And I was like, I'm really glad we both, because I feel like a lot of people that cheat, it's like one of those things, like maybe they've been together a long time since a young age. And then all of a sudden they're like in their mid 30s and they're like, they've never had, they feel like they're missing out. So maybe that could be that. But I'm glad that I've like already figured out that like just having sex with a bunch of people really ain't it. Like, it's cool for a little bit, I guess, kind of. Like, the best sex is when you're comfortable with someone, at least for me, Yeah. So anyways, I'm glad me and my current girlfriend have gotten around already. That's all I'm trying to say. Dig Deeper TV with the $2. We need you every Sunday, Big Daddy. So maybe you guys will miss me. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, you know what? I'm posting more content. So my second channel and this channel, Jack Morgan 2.0. I might just make it just Jack Morgan on that channel. I don't know why I put 2.0. I think it was kind of ironic because it's supposed to be like, better 2.0, but really it's less quality, like it's less effort. Now I'm still going to be here every other Sunday, guys. It's really okay. It's not that big. It's all right. It's okay. It's all good. See, look at this. We're not even 2 hours in and we have less viewership than ever. I'm not bitching. I'm just like trying to make a point here. It's just kind of like, why keep showing up and trying harder when it's, does that make sense? Okay. All right. We got full retard. You never go full retard. That was such a funny movie, Tropic Thunder. $50. Thank you. I'm legit watching you on my phone and my TV. Love the channel. See, 2 of the viewers are actually one guy. See, that's how bad viewership is right now. I'm getting charity views. I'm just kidding. Alberto, my boy, what's up, brother? Speaking of Chicago, thank you for the $5. He goes, the Hawk Tua chick is going to be the next Cash Me Outside girl of the decade. Pimp Hat Berto out. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, some chick made a joke about blowjobs and now she's famous. So basically, she made a joke about Hawk 2 spitting on a guy's dick. And and now she's famous. I'm all for it, man. I would like my daughter to grow up like that. That's my girl. We got Keith Heaton. I think it's good for society. I really do. I think everybody should be a porn star. Yeah. I wish my mother was a porn star. Maybe I would have came out a little more decent, Keith Heaton with the $5. He goes, I think you're onto something with the moon landing. Yeah, dude. Lance Armstrong definitely rode a bike there for sure. I believe it wholeheartedly. Prove me wrong. I think it was a Schwinn. All right, we're gonna do a big nut bust. We're gonna fucking really we're gonna get crazy. We're gonna end this off with a bang. We're doing a 4-way split here. We're doing a fucking party in this bitch here. Oh, we've got just a bunch of dudes hanging out.
I'm drunk off the Mexican Coca-Cola.
All right, we're gonna start with Moody in Mexico first, man. Moody in Mexico,
Yo,
man.
Jack, what's going on?
How old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm very old, man. I'm 28, calling from Mexico. I hope you could hear me. I'm not sure if the Wi-Fi doing me any justice, but yeah, man, calling from Mexico. Super stoked to be on. It's kind of crazy. I actually found your channel on the Mexican algorithm, which is pretty nuts. So yeah, it's pretty sick.
Damn,
it's been, it's been sick catching your streams and whatnot. I've tried calling a couple times. I think, a couple of Sundays ago, I think you answered, and then my mic was like totally like just bugging. And then I think you answered again.
It's that Mexican Wi-Fi, man.
Dude, and then to make it worse, I think that day I drank like Mexican tap water. So yeah, I was big.
All right, so talk to me, man. Are you from Mexico? Are you from the States?
Yeah, I'm actually from San Francisco. But like my mom's Mexican, so I'm pretty much Mexican. But yeah, man, I was born out there. From 415 San Francisco, and I've been out here for like a little bit over a year, dude.
How you like it?
Kind of like a long. It's definitely different, dude. It's different.
You speak Spanish though?
Claro que sí, a huevo. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I do. But yeah, man. It's a long story, dude. I was supposed to come out here and visit my mom for a couple of days last year, and it's tough, bro. Being from where I don't know where I'm from, I got some
it's a
nice blend in the morning. Yeah, dude, a nice blend in the morning for me is regular. You know what I mean? At least a couple of times a day to kind of keep a mellow mind. You know what I mean?
Here, actually, in Mexico, it's like lifestyle.
Yeah, but no, but in all seriousness, I thought it was cool, right? And I thought I was, gonna teach everybody how to do it like we do. You know what I mean? But it got shut down by the federales. You know what I mean? I had it was kind of a situation. You know what I mean? So thanks to that, I had to. I was put away for a couple months.
In Mexican
I got everything
jail?
sorted out. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Out here, weed is like fucking like
heroin.
Fucking yeah, dude. Like what do they call those speedballs or whatever? Speed bombs or something like that. Yeah, dog. So, like I said, I was supposed to just be out here for a couple of days, visiting family and whatnot, and then 6 months later, I was able to finally get out of the cerezo, as we call it here. Gana is another word for it, but
wait, so
so
you did 6 months for weed?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, For that
Jesus
and for some,
Christ.
as we call it, some soda. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Some Mexican soda, if you know what I'm saying. But
I get
yeah,
you.
dude, it was a whole deal. And like since I have like an American passport, you know, I thought it was just gonna be. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like a meme video where some Canadian dudes are like in Cancun or something, and he's like, he gets put in the back of the Mexican cop truck, and he's like, "Dude, call Canada," something like that. I thought it was gonna be like that, dog. I was confident that I was just gonna show my American passport and just be like, "Yo, call my embassy if you have a problem with." But they were like, "Yeah, screw your passport and your embassy. You're coming with us, man." And so yeah, you know, it was kind of. I think that was a real culture shock, bro. I think that was a real culture shock.
All right, wait.
Because,
So let me get something straight. So you go to Mexico, you're supposed to be there for 3 days.
Literally, yeah.
And now you've been there for a year.
Yeah, a little bit over a year, dude. A little bit over a year.
Are you staying? Are you like, fuck it, I love Mexico now? Or like, what are you stuck? Or
It's
we
to keep it short and to keep it brief and you know, here keeping Nate in mind and of course your time, bro. It's cool, it's different, especially watching the propaganda that some no, I'm just kidding. You know, just watching like the current events of America, it's like there's certain times where it's kind of you know what I mean, it has its pros and cons, I guess you could say. But at the same time,
I'm glad I'm in Mexico. Like something like that.
But at the same time, it's like, and I don't know if it's just like a little stigma that I put on myself, but you know, the same way that in San Francisco you get a job in pretty much, you know what I mean, any industry, let's say, here your options are pretty much like not even construction worker, like hands-on manual labor, old school traditional construction. You get what I'm saying? Either that or some like engineering job in the factories. You know what I mean? It's like a big. I don't know if it's called the gap. You know what I mean? But I think that's what I've been kind of having the most, I guess, trouble with. You know, because along with the Mexican authorities, you know, just the family was just super bummed. Like, damn, you smoke weed, dude. Take our last name off your birth certificate, man. I was like, yo. So, you know, kind of bouncing.
Serious?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's that serious.
Let me read this question. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
This is how I know this person's never smoked weed. And I want to flip this on its head for you guys in case. Hold on. This person goes, going to jail for illegal activities is a culture shock.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
It's some damn bullshit, man. That's what I think it is.
So I want you guys to do your own homework and look up what the number one drug is that fucks people up the most in the world. It's alcohol. I'll save you time. And at one point in time, alcohol was illegal here. And if you got caught with it, you would go to jail. Now you could be at the bar with the cop buddies, cheersing, being assholes and doing shots. Okay. Hold on.
Oh, White Claws.
Here's the funniest part.
I miss White Claws.
Weed is nowhere near. You cannot overdose on weed. It's fucking impossible. You could smoke 15 joints to the head. You're going to walk a straight line. You're good. Okay. So when somebody who drinks alcohol, who's never smoked weed, has the audacity, I'm not saying this person drinks alcohol. I'm just saying, statistically speaking, there's a high probability. Watch this. Nate's in the orange shirt. Nate, have you ever smoked weed?
Not once. Not once.
Have you drank alcohol at all?
Yeah, but never been drunk.
Holy fucking shit. Because
how old are you, bro?
Wait, alcohol's wait. I'm just making a point here. What I'm saying is because somebody says this is illegal and you should be put behind bars. Like, I'm not saying heroin shouldn't be illegal because I've never tried heroin. I don't mean it like that. Okay. I'm just making a point here. Is this person definitely has never smoked a joint in their life. Otherwise, they would be like, oh man, there's a lot of people in prison right now that shouldn't be there, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, that's all I'm just trying to make a point. That's it.
For sure. I'm totally backing it. But at the same time, you know, there's moments. I'm super old, bro. I'm 28. It's been a long ass life. You know what I mean?
Dead, dude.
Dude, Dude, there was a comment that said
sometimes mornings where I feel like it, dog. But the reason I say that shit is, dude, there's some days, I swear to God, dude, there's some days where I wish I wasn't, and I have to admit it, you know what I mean? I don't know how many people are on. I'm not even gonna check, but there's some days where I realize that like I'm super dependent on like, you know what I mean? That good that good toke or puff in the morning, right? And there's days I wish I would have never tried a damn cigarette, a Marlboro Light I used to steal from my stepdad. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm still battling. I'm not battling cigarettes, but this is the new cigarettes, so I'm still battling cigarettes.
Oh, I miss like all those fucking. I think they're called like snuffs or something like that. I miss those vapes. Like they don't have any of that shit here, dude. But not to diss that comment, the previous comment. It was definitely culture shock because it's one of two ways here. Either you're like a freaking like celebrity, you know what I mean, for being American here, or you're like you know what I mean, kind of like a not outcast, but you'll definitely get like bullied on, you know what I mean, kind of like
I feel like I would get bullied on.
Damn, I don't shit. Not if you're out here where I'm at. We definitely, you know what I mean, we'd look out for you.
I feel like I would, dude. I feel like I would, man. Because even when I was in LA, just living in LA as a white dude, I had to prove myself all the time.
Yeah.
I had to prove myself that I was a worthy gringo. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making this up.
I was gonna ask you earlier. For me, it was super easy because of like skateboarding. Like, you know what I mean? That would just put me like through different, I don't want to say hoods, but like different
skateboarding helps. Skateboarding helps. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Man. It got me through a lot of shit. And just I guess the one thing that kind of made it cool with everyone was, you know, the hey, the skateboard dude, hit that kickflip, and then you know you hit the kickflip and the whole block's, you know what I mean, going crazy. So yeah, man, it's kind of yeah, I mean, it's been at the same time it's been a quick ass year. Like I realize that when I do the math and I realize how long I've been here, it's kind of you know, it's kind of crazy. But you know, it's I guess the bounce back is it's like twice as the hole that I'm in is like twice as deep. You know what I mean? Because the conversion to like from dollars to pesos and like a plane ticket, like I don't know, shit like that, kind of it kind of discourages me sometimes. You know, I'm like, holy shit, like I need like 30,000 of these pesos to like, you know what I mean, make a move.
But really, that's only like,
you know, out here it's dude, honestly, like I think if I'm not mistaken, like $1,000, right? I remember one time I sent my mom, this is like a couple years ago, I sent my mom like $1,000, I think. That shit became like 24,000 or something like that, dude. Which out here is like a good chunk of change. You know what I mean? You're definitely buying like a motorcycle or that shows where my priorities at. But you know, you're definitely buying like a motorcycle or a sick ass PC or something like.
Well, I feel like if you could figure out how to make American dollars online, I feel like you'd just be balling the fuck out in Mexico, dude. You'd be just chilling, dude. Hey, if you're gonna be out there, you may as well try and find a way to find a remote job and still make American money somehow. Like, I'm not saying become an influencer. I'm just saying there's ways to do this shit. Like, you could even
definitely.
Like, I know this one chick that I used to work with. She was making $21 an hour, and she was just doing like service help calls for like some handyman service.
Yeah,
and she would just work in the morning. She would work all morning before her night shift, and she would just be chilling at the crib. And I was like,
yeah,
damn, that's actually really good money just to, you know, considering being a receptionist at home, basically. So
I think if you like expats or something like that, but it's like a whole thing, you know what I mean? At least like I've seen on YouTube and shit, of like people that do that, you know, like let's say like IT jobs and whatnot. And it's a lot of different ones, but yeah, dude, that's kind of like that's definitely like the dream. I don't want to say goal because it's definitely like the dream. It'd be so crazy to just be not only balling out, but just be fucking cush up living, you know what I mean, just chilling out here. You know, and it's definitely something that I cross my fingers when I think about it. I mean, close my eyes and like, yo, damn.
Yeah, but
what I do is like,
it's totally possible though. Like, I mean, it's not like you don't have connections in the States. You know what I mean? It's not like you don't know anybody. I'm sure if you were to think about it, there's probably plenty of people you could reach out to and be like, hey, like,
for sure.
Like, who the fuck do I know that's like done, you know, just phone center work, you know, like, I think it's worth a shot. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's
For
get
sure, dude.
Nate. Let's get Nate in on this. Nate,
Oh yeah.
for the new people watching, how
Take
old
it
are
easy.
you?
I am
Hey,
24
give me the
years
hit of that,
old.
man.
Oh,
Hey.
you want me? You want me
No,
to?
no, Nate, you don't smoke. Put that down. Come
I
on,
was,
man.
I was
Oh,
throwing it
dude.
away.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
We ain't
good.
we're not
It's a
bad
peace
influences over here.
No weed for
Definitely
this
not.
fella.
Definitely not.
I'm
All right, so
24 years old.
Nate, you're
Sick,
24,
man.
and
Young
where are
buck.
you calling from?
Can you hear me all right? I'm from Tampa.
Oh shit, I lost Moody in Mexico. We lost him.
Damn, I was going to ask him how the health insurance was in Mexico.
Oh, it's awesome. Actually, their dental program's pretty good down there. Actually, I was gonna go get some shit done when I lived out in Cali. But anyways, let's get back. We're gonna end with let's get Zach in here. Zach seemed kind of loud on the track.
All right, let me. I'm in my Bobcat. I'm mowing a field of grass.
Oh, you bobcat son of a bitch. All right, he's still in the queue though.
That's
All right.
crazy.
So Nate, how old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm 24 and I'm calling from Tampa.
Good man. Good man. So yeah, Nate's my homie, just in case you guys didn't know. He's been on the show several times. He's one of my young buck friends, very talented young gentleman, very driven man. He goes, stop. So what's on your mind tonight, brother?
Not much, man. I heard the big news. Obviously, we don't have to talk about that. You know what I'm talking about. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
was with my parents, so we talked about that. But otherwise, I just saw you were streaming and I wanted to just call in and see what's up and see how everything's going.
Oh, it's going good, dude. I mean, basically just live. Taco's on a skate trip, so he's not here tonight. You know, just moving and grooving, baby. Fucking but speaking of the weed and the substances, you know, it's rare, like, because Nate's never smoked weed, and like I don't ever encourage it. I don't really smoke. I know I make a joke about hitting weed all the time, but I actually don't smoke a lot. Like sometimes I used to smoke a lot back in the day, but like I really only smoke weed here and there. Like I'll go a full week without smoking shit. You know what I mean? Like I prefer to be sober. Preferably. Like I don't like getting drunk. I really don't like getting drunk. Like if I drink, I'll have like 2 drinks, you know, you get a light little buzz, nothing crazy. But Nate, is that something you got to deal with? Like in your generation, is like most people your age, does it seem like they're all just getting fucked up all the time, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rare to find somebody who's like completely sober or like at least doesn't drink a lot. That's why like anybody I meet in my life like that, I try to hold on to them because it's very rare to find someone kind of like that. Because I don't know, I'm like I'm out of pocket enough and goofy enough as is when I'm sober. I don't really, and I never really felt the need to ever get into it. I dealt with like peer pressure as a kid, but I never succumbed to it because, you know, I mean, I don't. If I lose a friend who's pressuring me to smoke or drink, probably not a good friend, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
most of them were cool. So I never had to deal with that. But yeah, it's just something I never really wanted to if I wanted to do it, I wanted it to be at my own merit. So
Yeah, I totally get that. Well, one thing for me, it's crazy because I've never done a hard drug. I've smoked weed, I've drank, I did mushrooms twice in my life, 10 years apart. Once at 17, once at 27. Both times I regretted it. I was bugging out on my skull. I'm like, get me back to reality, help. I haven't done them since. Like that's how I literally felt. It was like Alice in Wonderland or some shit. Like I've never done any hard drug, and anytime I ever tell anyone that's like in the party scene that I've never done coke, it's always the same. They always go, "Shut up, dude." Every time. It's like they can't believe that I've never done it.
yeah.
Maybe I just have like that cocaine look, you know, like I got like that nose, you know, kind of got like a pointy face, you know, the way I dress, I'm a little rugged, you know. But yeah, I've never done coke. It never made sense to me. I'm already hyper, you know, I'm already a bit geeky.
It might be because you come off as like such a free spirit. They're like, oh, I'm shocked that you wouldn't have at least experimented in this realm of like these harder drugs per se, you know?
Yeah, I never did. I only said like that's why it's like alcohol kind of made sense because it's from a plant, and you know, I guess coke's from the cocoa plant, so technically. But yeah, just never. It just like narcotics, like hard ass drugs, coke. It never appealed to me. I just remember being like, like I associated that. This might be fucked up, like how that guy earlier said, like the weed being illegal. What a culture shock. Like
Mhm.
some people look at people who smoke weed like losers. I look at people who do coke and pills. I look at them as like complete losers.
Yeah.
Like I look at them and be like, you guys are stupid. Like a joint, harmless. Like unless you've never smoked weed, it's really harmless. Like that shit's nothing. Like when I was on felony probation, people that were in there for just weed in these like mandatory classes, like the therapist or like the guy running the class would literally make us sit in a separate section and be like, okay, potheads over there, your opinions don't count. Everyone else who's here for hard drugs. No, because those people looked at it like this stuff shouldn't even be illegal. And this is back when it was like heavily illegal. Now it's everywhere. Now it's like
Yeah.
everybody smoke.
I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure it's like a medical ingredient in Baltimore or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of medical purposes with weed and even just like practicality stuff like hemp and shit. So it's not all bad, It's like that's why it's legal now because they want to make a lot of money.
I actually I've never done weed, but I do think it should be legal just because I mean we should be enforcing crimes that are actually fucking bad. Like smoking weed is hardly, in my opinion, at least, is hardly a crime.
No, no one's ever in the history of time smoked a joint and wanted to get in a fist fight. It's not a real thing. It doesn't happen. No
Yeah.
one. And the only way anybody would think otherwise is they've never smoked weed. I worked at a bar for a long time. No one's ever been stoned in there getting in a fight. They're always drunk and on coke usually. Like literally. Anyways, we're going to wrap the show up. I'm fucking topped. I'm tapped out. I'm going to go back to sleep, honestly.
You don't want to do another hour?
I think I'm going to do a bump. I'm going to take a rail, do some coke for the first time, and let's just go all night.
Yo, can you wait until I get over there? I'll drive 3 hours to do coke with you.
Oh, yeah, dude. Let's just get fucking loaded up, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're joking. We're joking. All
Yeah,
right. Hell of a
drugs,
night.
guys.
Go check
Don't do
out
drugs.
Nate Roscoe. Type in Nate Roscoe RLP. He's part of the Army. I co-signed my young buck friend here. He's got a lot of potential. He reminds me of myself when I was a young lad, minus the orange hunting gear. But motherfucker. All right, Nate. Hey, I'm actually gonna call you when I get off of this.
All right, yeah, let's yap.
All right, brother. All right, guys. Hell of a talk. Don't take a hit. It's bad for you. You're a loser if you smoke weed. And, you're the man if you're an alcoholic. Everything makes sense. God, good stuff.